One of the Aaron Austin Show's favorite sponsors is R&J Discount Liquor. We find they have the best selection of bourbons and whiskeys probably in town.
Yeah, make sure you get with Dustin in there. That guy knows his stuff. He'll always point you in the right direction, and everything they got there is always at a good price. It's at Douglas and Hillside. Anytime you need some booze, go on down to R&J's.
Jack Stacks here, and let's talk about Papa C's Barbecue. They're at Leprechauns on Fridays and Saturdays, 5:30 to 11 p.m. or until sold out. They're actually introducing some THC-infused barbecue rub.
Illegal. Appliance Nerd, if you have any trouble with your appliances, get with 316-807-7498. Having appliance trouble sucks, and buying all new equipment is no fun either. So get with Appliance Nerd, and maybe they can get you fixed up and going again.
All Out Detox has 3 great locations in Wichita. Go check them out for 2 for $10 drug tests every day. They've been in business for 15 years, so you know you can trust them. Go all in with All Out Detox. Janelle over at Suburbs and Sass is Aaron and Austin Show's official merch provider, and I've been super impressed.
I've been super impressed too. She really has awesome merch, from glasses to t-shirts to sunglasses. If you really want to get down with us, we got those for you too as well.
If you want some custom merch, go check out Janelle at Suburbs and Sass. Hit up the Aaron and Austin Show about our merch. Sacred Leaf is Wichita's favorite CBD store in town. Go check out Nikki. Tell her that the Aaron and Austin Show sent you. For the best selection of gummies and the highest possible legal THC that you can find in Wichita, go check out Sacred Leaf.
Whiskey Dick's definitely an Aaron and Austin Show favorite. Get out there anytime. They have specials every day on food and drinks. They got happy hour from 3 to 6. And how many whiskeys they got in that place, Aaron?
I think they have the most whiskeys in town. And every Monday you can do any whiskey under $25 a shot for half price.
I think there's 700 plus in that building or something like that.
Probably so. Be sure you visit the Jukebox on Seneca and Walker. They have great daily drink specials and karaoke and live music on the weekends. Go check out the Jukebox.
PK Pest Management. For all your pest control needs, get with Austin or contact 316-305-7108. And it's also fly season, so if you need that fly spray, get with me. Everybody loves Angie's Tacos, so get down to the Cowboy Inn at noon on Tuesdays, and now starting at the Shamrock Inn at 6 o'clock on Wednesdays.
On Tuesdays, you can usually find the Aaron and Austin Show hanging out at the Cowboy Inn. It's one of our favorite sponsors. Every Tuesday, they have a open mic there hosted by Jacoby Lee Winter.
So get down and check us out on Tuesday nights and check out the Cowboy Inn all the time.
Diaper Jam 2025. We don't have a whole lot of details yet, but go check it out. Every time, it's been a great night, benefiting a great cause. Lots of really good local music.
We'll probably be at Bourbon Street again this year. Get ready for Diaper Jam 2025.
Bring diapers.
Make sure you get out to 42 Below. They got 2 great locations. They're out west on Tyler and they're downtown. They got a lot of creative and local glass. They got a glass blower in the back. They got a lot going on in that building. Make sure that you get everything 42 Below. Show.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Weekend, everybody, welcome to the new 136.
The mic isn't over there, buddy.
I know, I'm getting some.
Yeah, so
I was a little tardy to the party.
it is episode 136. Wow.
Yeah, so over the weekend we got to talk about it always because I didn't get a chance to talk about it. Did you watch a Tyson fight?
I did.
What'd you think?
Did.
What'd you think about it?
I didn't see a fight.
Well, I learned a little. About the.
I saw a fight before Mike Tyson and Jake Paul came out, but I didn't see one once they did.
Well, the 2 girls had put on a hell of a fight.
Yeah.
Jesus, do you think that girl won? She kind of led with her head a lot.
So I didn't get to fully partake. I had an event, and I was out at the Wichita Brewing Company event space.
Should like see clips.
And so the event ended, and then they flipped the TV on trying to get the fight. So I was loading out equipment while that fight was going on, and I was watching, like, keep on peeking as I'm loading out.
Right.
And then I finally got loaded out, and then I stuck around to watch the Tyson fight.
So
You got to face this way when we're talking.
I know.
Yeah,
I
the
know.
microphone doesn't work
Hold
over
on,
there.
it takes a sec. I didn't say shit important. But so what I found out is it was $40 million payday for Jake Paul. Yeah. And the highest guaranteed money that Tyson could get was a little over $20 million if it went to a decision. So the longer the fight, the more rounds that Tyson let the fight go, the more money.
There were really weird rules in place for that.
Well, yeah, we went
fight.
2 minute. We went 2 minute rounds, and he had the big ass gloves
14
on.
ounce, yep.
Yeah, he had the big ass gloves on. So, and
only 8 rounds.
And of course only because it really wasn't it's hard to call it a real sanctioned fight. I mean, you got a fucking elderly man fighting a 30-year-old. It's I don't know how you sanction that fight with any real commission. I mean,
no, it doesn't make sense. And that being said, like, I heard the whole, The was only getting his money if it went the distance, so he had no. But that being said, I thought immediately, okay, the fix is in, so be it. But after it, and his comments based on after it was done, he's just like, I'm just happy to be here, and you know what I mean, like. He collected.
I can't fault the man. You know
No,
what I
and
mean?
if you
I
look
can't
at
fault
it,
the
if you
man.
look at it nostalgically, I thought it was kind of beautiful. Like Jake Paul knows Tyson; they're friends. Like he got to help his friend make $20 million to probably help him close out his life. Hopefully, as long as Tyson don't fuck it up, because he got kids and shit. He probably has to pay for shit for it.
They'll pull you back in there. I mean, did you see them when he fought? What was the
Roy Jones
Mike,
Jr.?
Did you say Mike Jones?
Roy Jones.
Yeah, Roy Jones.
Yeah,
They said Mike Jones.
That'd be a fight. That'd be a fight. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Mike Jones might be able to swing. Who knows?
But the Roy Jones fight was.
Well, that Roy Jones fight, they had a gentleman's agreement not to hit each other in the face. I mean, so it was like a body punching event.
This was more of that.
Yeah.
It felt like it.
It really did because you always get the
Savages.
You
You
always-
know what I was getting.
yeah.
Were you not entertained? I mean,
What was cool about it for me is the nostalgia of it. My dad, me, and my son, 3 generations of Austins were all interested in seeing what was going to happen in that fight. So we all sat around and watched it together. I mean, Netflix tried their hardest to make sure it didn't buffer and work. But luckily, I it's not like I'm some genius, but luckily I saw a person online said, if you get to play and just back it up like 20 seconds.
I heard that too, yeah.
Then it worked just fine. It really did too. You were just 20 seconds behind the fight as long as you didn't have somebody else, feeding you info. But I thought it was a crazy little event. The real fights was on Saturday. The UFC fights when John Jones fought was the real fights.
I didn't catch that. But the Tyson, I agree with you on the nostalgia tip. I remember as a kid, my dad had a coworker. We went over to his house. He would be getting, I remember, I forget what fight it was. It was one of the early Tyson fights. He was in there. He had the huge spread of food, this and that. He goes in to get popcorn. He comes back out. The fight's over.
Yeah.
that was like 20 seconds in the first round.
Well, you see,
I had the same experience.
Did
at
you
a
get to
party
watch?
with
Did
that.
you get to watch Tyson fights growing up in?
Yeah.
With you?
Oh, yeah.
So they were a big deal. Remember how crazy it used to be? You call the cable company and pay for it. It'd go on your bill, and you'd go to like some weird channel 2 on your deal to watch
You
these
have the
fights.
special box
Yeah, and
sometimes.
you- yeah,
Yeah,
and
depending on where you're at.
Yeah, and you'd get these fights, and like you said, there was a long time where Mike Tyson fights were hard to sell because didn't even last a round.
Yeah.
He would just
after
murk
that.
these
After
things.
that 20 seconds in the first round, like a lot of people put.
You
put
go
parties
over.
together.
You
I
go over to
remember I was
whoever
in
had
a
the
bar,
coolest
like,
TV.
it was,
You go over to
big
whoever
time.
had the coolest TV.
Yeah.
Whoever had those big giant black box TVs that if they fell on you, they'd kill half of your family. Like in half, or some people had like those. We had the wood one that like swiveled.
the console.
Yeah, like it was like encased in wood and it
Console
swiveled and all
TV,
that
man.
shit. Man, remember when your TV was like your most expensive fucking thing in your house? Now you can just get one for like throwaway money. There's bottles of
now
fucking
your phone costs 3 times as much
Yeah.
as your nicest TV.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and where do other appliances not get off following the TV trend? How come we can't get washers and dryers for a dime a fucking dozen these days? Everything else,
Yeah,
is,
really?
like TVs are literally the cheapest thing in your house now.
But everything else is still mechanical. What technology is changing a washing machine?
Not much.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The
you're
tech
right.
behind a TV,
Yeah.
the bulbs, the tubes, all that's all
Yeah.
completely different.
And it's got better and more amazing, but how come they got cheaper and everything else keeps staying
Because
expensive?
there's only one way you're drying your clothes, man, and that's by turning them round and round with hot
Well,
air.
I just want a cheap refrigerator. God damn it, these things are too expensive. TVs don't cost nothing.
Hey, I'm going through a home remodel right now. You preaching to the choir, man.
Appliances and shit just keep getting more and more expensive, and TVs falling off the map. You can get 9 TVs for like $18. It's like a taco shop in that motherfucker.
I ended up taking over my parents' house, so it's the same thing. I've got to now furnish a whole
Yeah.
another house.
You ain't gonna keep some of that old kooky furniture.
I don't think so.
You got to keep some weird chairs around, like, and when you inherit
Still in the
some-
plastic? Still covered in plastic?
Oh, that'd be
Probably so.
badass.
Probably so.
I was gonna say, what color is the fridge? Is it puke green or mustard yellow? Which one? Which one you got?
Yeah.
Well, it was like harvest yellow, and I think it was avocado green. Were the colors?
That's yep.
Perfect. That's perfect.
It's funny as you say those names. Like I have a certain smell. I can
Yeah.
smell at this
Oh, I
exact
know.
moment. Like oh,
I
my
almost
God.
can feel the shag carpeting on my feet.
And do you remember those like four
the
petal
toes.
flower things that were on the side of like your grandma's pot that she made chili in?
Oh my!
You know, like
I always
that
remembered
stuff.
those weird houses that had that weird giant like heater thing in the floor.
Yeah,
that big
man.
grate that like you couldn't walk over.
You didn't want to go over there. You jumped over it, or
You
like,
remember those?
went to the side.
I remember the actual the heaters that were the big steel
In the corner, like the
They'd be against the window, yeah.
against
Oh,
the window.
the radiators.
the radiator heaters. Yeah, I remember that every time.
These would be like these would be like a grate that's like in your living room.
It was a floor furnace.
Yeah, it's
Um,
weird.
I-
They're the
maybe
weirdest
we
fucking
didn't
things.
at New York. Maybe that's why. I
No,
don't
yeah,
remember
probably
that.
not,
I don't
probably
remember that.
So I used to have a cat, and this cat would run around, and it would stop. It would like run and stop on this like mat that we had, and it would slide, right? and so
slip and slide.
Yeah, and it was super funny, and I was like, ha ha ha! Oh, that's so cute, whatever, funny. And then the cat did that one day while we were gone, and slid that thing over the floor furnace. Damn near burnt my house down.
Did the carpet caught on fire or something on that motherfucker?
That
Oh, he slid it over
that
the top
mat
of it.
that she would
that's
run
fucked
on.
up.
That's what she did. Damn near burnt my house down, man.
Dude,
That's
cats
why
do,
we can't have nice things.
dude,
Fuck
cats
cats.
do cats do
Cats,
crazy
dude.
shit, man.
That's how I know the world ain't flat. Cats would have pushed everything off it. You know what I mean?
That is the best.
That's
Yeah.
how I know.
That is the best argument I've heard.
That's
That
how
would
I
be-
know.
You just have like pumas and jaguars and
Just pushing
little
boulders
cats
off
just
the edge.
at the edge of the world, just pushing shit off of it.
Yeah. Toyotas.
That's ridiculous. Well, I just got a cat recently, so that's
How's that going for you?
Man, it's a cat.
Yep.
It's a,
Fuck cats, dude. I'm not into them.
I mean, Aubrey came home with a dog yesterday too. My dog.
She's just collecting, right?
I think she's stealing these things out of fucking people's backyard. I gotta watch it, so I don't know what the hell she's doing. Come home
She's
yesterday,
gonna start a zoo.
and she comes in, and this first thing she says, "Don't be mad."
Oh man. That's how I know I should be mad right now.
And I'm like, okay, great. What is it? And she's like, I found this, and it's like a baby
I found
female
it.
female Dachshund. Like it's the cutest little fucking thing
You don't
ever.
find them.
You don't.
Well,
find
we
them.
took it to the vet and see if it was microchipped. It wasn't. And they put out a bulletin for the area to see if it'll get found. So I hope to God somebody will find that son of a bitch. If you're looking for a Dachshund, say it's yours. Save me.
Just describe any baby Dotson.
Yeah, just describe any.
Him.
Yeah, it just says
Young.
it is black and white. It is.
Dachshund. It's a female.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Yeah,
yours.
that's-
It's yours.
You
I
match it
mean,
to
I
the
literally
T.
just
Yes, great.
put bacon in your pocket so it runs to you when you come over. But yeah, so she's just on some bringing fucking animals home tick right now. So this is driving me crazy because I told her, I said, we can't keep this. She's like, this is my dog and I'm keeping it. I said, you say you have to put it out and make sure that it's not some kid's dog that it got lost. You can't just keep this motherfucker. Yeah, Jesus. It didn't have a collar either, but it was like really nice to people and it was like clean and shit. So like that thing is,
It was domesticated.
yeah, it's somebody's dog.
It was
It's
stolen
somebody's-
out of a garage somewhere.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. She probably might have tackled a kid for it the way she's going these days. She knocked some kid over and took his dog.
Kids are kids, man.
So James, DJ Carmen, we're so glad we have you come in
Man,
again.
glad to be back. Sincerely.
When he hit me, we had a memory pop up, and it was like 2 years ago that he's been on the show. He was like, "Damn, it's been 2 years." He said, "I need to come back on." I said, "You sure the fuck do."
Hell yeah.
So I got with him. He made a great date, and I'm glad he got to make it in. So tell us a little bit about you've been doing a little podcasting yourself.
Yeah.
Are you almost the co-host of EB's show?
Pretty much. Huh? You on the dinner table?
I'm one of the only ones that shows face, so I guess so.
Yeah, right. You guys kind
Oh
of
yeah, everybody doing.
you guys do the hidden Brady Bunch, it's like the evil Brady
Well-
Bunch. Nobody knows.
Well, we know EB is TKG the other one hiding his face or
Yes.
Yeah.
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 I always want to out him. I always just want to.
Well,
be like,
so Whiskey Dicks did their 14th anniversary, and we were there while they were doing the burger challenge.
yeah,
okay.
the WD-40
You know, and-
challenge. Yeah,
yeah, and Fert will always come on and hang out with us,
Yeah.
and then
Ferd doesn't care.
Live local.
Yep. Troy.
Yeah,
Troy
Troy, yeah,
came
yeah,
on and
yeah.
talked to us.
Well, Ferd's
But
like
TKG
us.
and EB, they was like, nah.
Oh, TKG don't.
Yeah.
He's drawn a line. I mean, he's got his
Reasons.
life
He's
and
got reasons,
you know,
yeah.
so all that. And Eddie can pop up. He hosts events. Obviously, he doesn't go
Yeah.
around wearing a mask. He's got like, you need a marshmallow helmet.
That
I
would
got
be
you.
That
man.
would,
That'd
how
be
funny
great,
would
though.
it be if he like showed up in like a luchador wrestling mask for like events? So he doesn't-
I have
Every
one.
time, every
I
time.
have one. I've offered it at one point.
Because who used to do that? Johnny Gamero? Wasn't it Johnny Gamero that used to play in those masks?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does
those
every
time
once in a while,
strips,
doesn't he? Yeah. But anyway, yeah.
But yeah, no. Actually, it's funny about that. Like, I didn't even. Eddie hit me up and he's like, "You want to be on the podcast?" I was like, "EB, yeah, absolutely." And I thought I was a guest, and then like next week it's like, "Okay, this time." I'm like, "Okay," and then like I guess 16 weeks later, I'm like, "Oh, I guess I want a show."
So pimp
You're
it.
invited to
So
dinner.
so pimp it real quick. Tell them what it's about. Tell them what.
Basically, it's the dinner table, Wichita by EB. If you don't know, now you do. Wichita by EB is a blog website where it started with food reviews, now does basically anything Wichita centric.
Well, he was rude
Yeah,
as hell
kinda like
putting
that.
goddamn Station 8 up against what's
he
his
didn't
name?
do none of that.
No,
You-
remember, no, I'm talking about Station 8 against
Busters.
BNC.
against Busters today.
Oh,
in
I
his,
thought
in
you-
his
Oh, I know.
no, and that. No, let's talk about that.
beef.
Different
The
beef.
barbecue beef.
Yeah, we can talk about that. I'm gonna mark that down because we can talk about that too.
But no, in that bracket,
in the bracket
today,
which he does not.
I know he does.
Yes,
It just
yeah.
happened. It just happened how it happened. But God, it made me feel bad. I didn't.
that
know.
was hard.
I
That was
voted
hard,
for. I
man.
voted
it's
for
my
both.
favorite burger and my favorite burger.
Yeah.
Can't we vote for both?
There's, I have multiple. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, how do you put those? And he's like, I don't do it. I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
Eventually,
Wasn't
when it
his
gets down
fault.
to the
Wasn't his
nitty gritty,
fault.
the two good ones are going to show up together.
I mean,
but that was a hard decision
know
this
what?
morning when I was taking a dump, trying to figure
does
out.
anyone lose in the game of free publicity?
There you
no.
go. There you go.
No, they don't.
That's real.
Well,
Hey,
maybe B and C
now-
does a little bit.
Yeah. Does B and C lose at the game of negative publicity?
Yeah, well, I think
They're
this.
holding
Is bad publicity?
I will
better
say
than no
there is a
publicity?
little more like they always used to say like we're talking like any publicity is good publicity and sometimes even negative publicity works out in your favor, but a little more this day and age it kind of shits in your face a little bit.
In a cancel culture world,
Yeah.
and
It can-
we're
it can-
against this. There's no such thing as good bad publicity. I mean, it's not. There was a time where if people were talking about you, that was better than not. But in this
I don't think that's
environment
right
where
now.
in the market and how small and tight, because it used to be, well, if you were getting publicity, that meant you were on the news.
Right.
Now you're not on the news. Now you're on the local social
Now-
media, and that's a different thing
That's
because now
unedited,
everyone
bitch.
interacts it.
Yeah, that's unedited, bitch. We get to really tell you what you did.
Yeah. So yeah, no press is bad press is no press is bad press. Bad press is some press,
Yeah.
which is good. That's an era when press meant the news or the newspaper or some other way. When everyone controls their own narrative, like that's a different world now.
Not what it meant. Public opinion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It doesn't,
You know.
and it would be delayed public opinion too because it wouldn't be as real time.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody blasts somebody, we all are reading that before 10 o'clock.
We're on it within hours.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we all have an opinion formulated.
And you're talking to the closest person you know. Hey, have you read this shit yet? Because it's hilarious. Get over there and read that
Yeah,
shit.
check this out. No, it's
I
been
love
the
that shit.
It's been barbecue beef. That's how we've
Yeah,
referred
barbecue
to this.
beef. Yeah, it's been the
And
barbecue
it's
beef.
been that way for the,
And I'm
within the first couple hours.
I'm team Alex and everything that goes on over at Station 8. I fucking love those people over
Ditto.
there. They've been nothing but sweethearts
Ditto.
to us, and their food's fucking amazing. So
Absolutely.
I mean, BNC has some great shit too. I'm not going to say I grew up eating at BNC because before the two original people owned it and divorced and changed, it was a real limited place like Station 8. It was only open from 11 to 2, and it was like they had knickknacks and shit and sell. For
When
that,
you
in that
limit it,
place.
you can put the love in, man.
And there was a lot of different places. They really turned my gears when they redid the place and left the buffet in the very corner where it's hard to get to. So it still made a really awkward line in the building.
It's different.
So I was like, why didn't you change this? You changed everything in this building.
Well, and not for nothing. There's also a lot more competition in the barbecue market.
Yeah, there is.
They
Yeah,
were
there
one
is.
of the
There's-
few
that's true.
restaurants where you had hog wild, pig in, pig out. You had other spots that were the fast food equivalent of barbecue. I think they're great, but there's a lot more sit down
you're not wrong.
barbecue.
You
You're
could
not
tell that they had put more time in the smoker on this barbecue.
There's a
Like,
little. Yeah, it's a different thing, and now you've got. Man, I just got over to Barrel Boys. Have you guys been
yes, I've been there.
We know Jesse. Jesse's been on the
Yes,
show.
and
before.
I had to go by there. I went. I
need
couldn't
to go
wait.
check that out. I haven't yet.
They have like 3 things that are amazing. Their brisket and their like they have the oxtail burnt ends or some shit.
So
that are amazing.
that's
we went off. So EB just had one of his dinners there.
Yeah.
On Thursday.
How do we get in that club, EB? Jesus, what are we gonna do?
Get on the newsletter. He sends out. Everybody can get an invite. I don't even get tickets. I don't hit him up. My wife is like, all right, I got his tickets. We're going to the next one.
Jeez, I need to wife on my.
My
shit
wife
like
is
that.
an EB fan. She likes him more than me, I think, sometimes. So
Well, I think, and I'll give Eddie his flowers like I always do. He supported this. He supported our podcast from the
Yeah,
beginning,
he's
so I love him.
amazing. Yeah.
We always support anything that he does, and in his podcast. But I like his editorials, man. They're good. He does a good job at it.
Well-written.
And
Well,
Poignant.
I think you guys are in the same lane. I think what he's done to another level that I haven't seen, but what his brand is based on is shining a light where it should be shown.
Yeah.
And I think you guys do the same exact thing. I mean,
Oh, thank you.
and we all celebrate it. We're not in competition, collaboration over competition. Let's all
Oh, yeah.
celebrate
Yeah.
the
All
wins
day.
that we
All
can
day.
have in this
All day.
market.
All day.
That's
And
forever.
to see, I mean, he made a post, and I always commented about it, but it was really great to see him put it into words. But he actually posted, what was it? It was KSN Cake, and it was basically their article about the new Buc-ee's coming to town. And then he posted a picture of his. And you look at the numbers of views, shares, and comments, and he is, and I've said this for a while, but I hadn't seen it laid out like that. Like, tell me Wichita by EB is not a major news network.
There you go.
Well, he's kind of like
this point.
He has more of a
locally.
contact and connection in this town than anything else, which is amazing.
And he has more. I mean, he really is, and he's covering a lot of the stuff that everybody wants to know about, the new shit that comes into town.
Yeah.
And he's holding old places accountable for being still good establishments and not falling off. I mean, he does a lot for the community, and he even when we first started doing our show, he took on a real tough thing that we love, that he puts out, if the people that are willing to help him, all the music events that are going on. He does all the damn food trucks that are going on. I mean, the man's fucking working his ass off.
Yeah.
And he really is. And I think he just got
machine, man.
he just got to shout out to him. I think he got to 75K followers on Facebook this week.
I saw that.
So I mean, shout out to
Much
yeah,
deserved.
Man. Yeah,
and
he works
salute.
his ass off.
Yeah.
He does. He really does. And and every time you see an editorial, it's like, oh, I wanted to know what that fucking place was about. And it's kind of nice because we have a lot of good bloggers like that in town. Like,
Wichita Life is another great one.
yeah, they all are really
Yeah.
good, and they all kind of have a flavor that you can follow depending on what your flavor is.
100%.
And you
Everyone's got a unique voice.
yeah, it is, and it's easy to find what they like and don't, and like, so it's interesting. You know, Ferda eat just about anything, so you know that's why his is some of the funniest to watch. I love
Jack
it.
Stack's been blowing up.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
killing it.
We had him on, and he's great.
Yeah, he's
what a
been
real
doing
fun
it.
kid that
And
guy is.
he's going all in on it too, which is I
Yeah.
love to see, man. As someone
Yeah, for sure.
that took 20 years of professional life before, I'm like, I'm going to do what I love, and he's going in. I'm like, yeah, get it.
Well, and that's one thing that is, you can piss and moan about the things that we have at this day and age, but there is that opportunity for, if you're an interesting person and you can hold yourself together and kind of do a review or find something that you're passionate about, that content creation avenue is there for you.
Sure.
I mean, for you had to do like DJing and stuff, because there wasn't like this here. Let's make a YouTube channel when we were.
Oh yeah, no,
growing
that
up.
didn't exist.
Yeah.
But also, I think the only people that are winning at it are the people that have the work ethic and the due diligence to actually. I mean,
All day.
you know, everyone's like, oh, I should just do this, and I'm like, yeah, that's not really working. You know what I mean? I got a camera, and yeah, that's fine, but to have a voice, to have consistency. I mean, you don't.
That's a big
Jack
one.
Stack's is a perfect example. Like, most of his is in the car, but he's got a brand, he's got a voice, he's got an identity, and he's got consistency, and he will work at it. And that's something
that's
that people
the
take.
point. Okay.
Well, I can do that. I'm like, you
Well,
do
do
it
it
for
then.
2 weeks.
Yeah, do it then.
Let me see
Yeah.
you get 2 posts up every day.
Show
for
me.
Like,
And then let's see how you do through the dog days of you being there doing this for maybe a year and you're still not getting much traction.
Yeah.
You have, like you said, a big thing, and what Aaron's always pitched is consistency, is making sure that you're doing this, keeping at it, and doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think when you're watching? I just have this question I've been asking people, because we all like feud reviews. Do you guys want to see him eat the shit or not? I
It
don't know.
depends, man. It depends. All right. All right.
see-
There
you
are
wanna see
some
him
nasty
mukbang that?
motherfuckers. There are some nasty motherfuckers eating in their car that I'm worried about their car, how they're eating. You know what I mean? And I'm now just kind of disgusted because your hands are gross and you just kind of pushing food in your mouth. And I'm just, I'm not into this.
have you seen The Substance yet? The new movie, The Substance, with
I
Demi
haven't.
Moore.
No, I have not. Hey, please explain. I don't care. Spoiler alert if you haven't.
How
seen
did
it.
that bring that up? That's what I'm curious.
Yeah, that's what I
So,
wanna know.
Dennis
Sound like a
Quaid.
shit movie.
Dennis Quaid. First off, it's one of my favorite movies that I've seen this year.
Excellent, okay.
It's an absolutely amazing movie. It is graphic, some body horror, this and that. I don't want to ruin anything, so I'm just going to let.
Well, spoil it
but
because I'm not going to watch it.
no, you need to.
I
You
will,
need to.
I will.
You need to. It's great.
I
If
don't
you're a
watch
horror flick,
I don't watch horror movies, but I just spoil it.
Love it.
But Dennis Quaid, he plays like the greasy slime ball TV producer that says, "Oh, kick out the old lady, let's bring in the young hot chicks." But there's one scene of him eating in a fancy restaurant with shrimp, and he's just shoveling it into
Oh,
his
and it's
mouth,
just-
and the shells, like in between. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it's
too rough.
man.
So as you're describing what you shouldn't see, the scene in my head is all that's playing, and I'm like,
And that's what I'm talking about. It's like, if you can eat delicately, like you ever see the guy who's like, this is the proper way to eat.
you George
a
Costanza, you
souffle.
Snickers with a knife and fork.
Yeah. Fork in the left hand.
I think you can just
overturned
get to
and-
like right here and cut. Just,
Yeah.
just show me what it looks like. That's it. I don't need to see you eat it. I don't think.
Yeah, there's a line as well.
And they named it mukbanging, so like it's really
It's
an
already
unpopular
bad.
thing to literally.
That's
wa-
a term. That's
to
a
literally watch anyone eat on the internet is called a mukbang.
It's a
It doesn't
mukbang.
matter how much they eat or little or much.
MUKBANG.
Yeah, mukbang. That's because it came from China or whatever that probably means, but it's just not
watching people eat was always
it's
the thing.
just
Someone has fetishized this.
Yes.
Fetishized this.
exactly. So it makes it dirty. It's just not right for me anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, there's people like rubbing their feet watching people eating food and stuff.
probably-
It's just not. I can't. It got weird when I found out it was called mukbang. I was like, just show me the food. That's all I need to see, or the menu, and I'm good. Maybe that's it.
Lord.
I don't know. I'm not opposed to watching you eat it, but like take a bite. Oh, I enjoyed that. That's different than just like
Watching you slam
Yeah,
it.
just fucking plow food in your face.
I guess it all depends on how you edit it.
I mean, different strokes, but I'm out on that one. Yeah, that's not.
And
That's not what I'm not tuning in for that one.
Yeah, because I don't think you never see Eddie eat any of the food that he.
But you don't see Eddie.
Right.
Yeah, you don't see
That's
Eddie.
it. That's it.
at all.
You see a picture of.
So has
before.
Eddie really ate at any of these restaurants? Maybe he's never.
Local
conspiracists are all-
theory. I love it.
Yeah, he's some shill for all the restaurants in town. No, that's not true because he's put like every restaurant in the town out of business. What I heard.
But I think he's actually supported every restaurant in town by
Yeah.
going there at least to eat.
He has been to every.
Oh yeah, when he goes to a place and it's
No,
like,
no.
hey, remember this
How
place?
many goes to a place? Tell me a place he hasn't been. He's been to every
been to every
restaurant
place.
that
And he boosts
exists
their
in the
sales.
state of
He
Wichita.
boosts their sales too.
and
when
he's
they-
saved multiple.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, he really has. Because I mean, he, even a place he goes in and just here's a normal review. Like people are like, oh shit. And usually I guarantee their sales spike for a couple of weeks.
Well, hell, I mean, just this past weekend, did you guys make it? Maine cousin.
I saw it. They went crazy. It was down over by me.
That went insane.
There were like 3 days, so there were multiple locations.
Yeah, they were the third day. They were over by me out west.
Lowe's. Yeah, Lowe's.
And the app crashed that day.
I ordered it through the app. I picked up my order, so I basically walked up. Me and my wife took us maybe 10 minutes to get our food, and one of the guys I ran into that I knew had walked up and waited in line, and we got our food in 10 minutes. He just got his, and he was there for 4.5 hours.
Dude, there was
Oh
200
my
plus people there when I showed
at all
up.
times from
Yeah.
the time they opened. But everyone kind of jokingly said it, and it's like, and I'm curious if Wichita by EB did not make that post, how busy would they have been? And I don't know the answer to that. I don't
wonder.
know.
Yeah, I do wonder.
Because he went out to El Dorado.
He
the
went
first
to El
day they were
Dorado
here.
to basically be the precursor to them coming to town. So that the first day they hit. Yeah.
Well, he put me up because that was the night we did the Barrel Boys barbecue, and he's like,
bet.
"Use the app." I was like, "Oh," so we got that in. But yeah,
So when you used the app for that lobster guy, did it just tell you when it would be ready?
there were time slots that you could pick, and if you didn't want it, then you didn't.
Slots.
So we by the time we logged into the app, which was 7 a.m. or something like that, me and my wife, all the early slots were filled. We couldn't get ours till 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
And so you just put in for whatever you wanted at 3 o'clock and came
then
by
it was
and
there.
and
Yep.
it was
And,
ready.
you
What'd
checked
get?
in.
Did you get the rolls?
Yeah, I got.
I heard the rolls were the best thing there.
Yeah, all we got 2 of the rolls. We got the one hot and one cold, and then we got both the soups, the lobster bisque and the clam chowder.
So
Nice.
how was it?
I'm a lobster.
You're an
loving
East Coast
fiend.
guy.
I'm an
You're
East Coast guy that
And you don't get Maine lobsters
you don't
in
get
Wichita.
that around here. So
You don't. But how did it match up?
It was solid. I mean,
Solid.
don't get me. Some people will complain about price and this and that, and I'm like, all right, let's
course,
take that
of course.
out of the equation because
Well, yeah,
quite
it's
frankly,
Maine lobster.
it's-
It's Maine lobster.
exactly. You're not.
You have no competition.
You don't
here,
know what
so
you don't know what you're
fucking-
buying.
yeah.
You really don't know what
Hey,
you're buying if you're complaining about price.
And their price point could have been $10 more, and the line would have been what, half?
exact same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exact
fuck
same.
off. You know what I mean? It's
No,
insane.
it's an experience, and so when they were on Shark Tank, it was funny. I was talking about this with my parents because my dad's a Shark Tank. He's like, I remember that, and they were talking about going brick and mortar, and the lady that invested says, no, get the hell away from that because being an experience and showing up once a year or whatever in markets that don't have you available is the way to go.
and she was right.
Absolutely,
Well,
absolutely.
And kudos to them for making you feel safe about getting something from them because they had a kick-ass food truck. Like you could tell, like if someone bringing Maine lobster across the country, that could get a little fishy if you don't take
Dude,
care of it. You know what I'm
it's
saying?
It's flown in.
How do you
I'm
think?
Sure it is.
How do you think? Is that how they get it every day?
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Okay. So when I'm on
So how
tour,
does that work? Because Maine lobster, there's restaurants in town that can't get Maine lobster here in Wichita.
Yeah,
I guarantee it.
when
Where
I-
could you
when-
get Maine lobster here in Wichita? I'll wait. I don't think there
No,
is a
I'm
spot.
saying that they have a supplier, and you just know what day it is. When I was on tour, I could order strings, and I would know when they would show up.
Based on
how long
what
does it take
region
you?
and what-
How long does it take you to get where? Okay, well, I'm going to be in Buffalo, New York that night. Just
Oh, so they have the
send them
license to
this
order
club.
it. So they have
Send
the
them to this
license to
club.
order it.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Send it to that club.
Because I wondered how that worked.
Send it
How do
here,
you-
send it there. Send
How
it
do you
wherever
traffic Maine lobsters all over the country?
That being said, it was delicious. I thoroughly enjoyed it and would do it again as a treat. It's not it's not something I'm getting every time, but
No,
you know.
man, because
Yeah.
I can't afford a $50 lunch every time.
No,
Well,
exactly not.
but
That was
thing-
the quickest. That was probably the worst. Not worst. The worst environment for a like $80 meal for me and my wife. We're eating
Yeah,
at
right.
the out of the back of the hatch of my vehicle. I'm like, we spent how much for that? All right, I got to go to work. We're out.
Yeah,
Fine,
in the
fine
Lowe's parking
dining
lot.
prices.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
Fine
We're in
dining prices on a lobster roll.
That
I mean-
being said, when it does pop up, if you haven't had it, Public has periodically popped off with a lobster roll for lunch.
Really?
Public downtown. Yeah, might as well.
It's pretty good.
It is quite delicious.
All right, because
That's
lobster
what-
rolls are lobster
Public
rolls
is
are
wonderful, by the way.
I love Public.
Public is one of my
The
favorite
whole
places.
family,
I went to high school with Brooke.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
No kid.
In Winfield,
Yes.
of all places.
Yeah, we shout out to the Brickyard and to Public. That place is badass.
Yeah, I'm going to be DJing one night up here. I'm going to be playing in the Jingle at their little holiday pop up. So
Beautiful.
All right, what's that all about? What can people expect on that one?
So the Jingle is, if you haven't seen it, a lot of places are doing a whole holiday themed backdrop. So they've taken a portion. Basically, I haven't seen it yet this year. I haven't been over there yet this year. But last year, basically, you know where the awning is from the outdoor area, not the main stage, but where coming off of Public. So they had all
In the back
that, and then
behind
they
the bar.
screened it in. Yep. So they screened it in, and then that whole back corner inside, as well as outside of the garage doors, is all Christmas lights, holidayed up. I went there on one day. Santa was there, this and that. So they basically take that whole back corner, and it's called the Jingle, and it's just all Christmas themed. Just an over the top decor. You've also got it at River City Brewery. If you haven't seen their pop up,
They do a good one. They do a good one. Yeah.
So they have that. I think. What was
Botanica was
the
does
Belmont
something
had one. Well, the Botanica has the
Lights and shit.
Illuminations, which is
Illuminations.
a whole nother level. That's a whole.
Dude, I just had a fucking idea. You should get with them, DJ the illuminations, and have the lights on that one area mixed to your fucking board. How fucking cool would that be?
Live DJ
expensive
light
would that
programming
be?
is not.
That sounds like a fucking headache.
It is not. Yeah, it is a super headache.
So I.
But I don't
a lot
have
of
to do it. That
programming
would be
in
all
there.
you have to
No,
do.
I've gotten next
I just wanna
level
come watch
with
it.
my light programming for private events and corporate and all
Ava
that. With
lights
my-
or something.
I've got DMX. I use SoundSwitch, which is a software that allows you to program lights to your tracks. So I've got
Excellent.
distinct shows. It also works amazing for live shows too.
Quick
We
second.
can talk about that.
Quick
Yeah.
second. When you said program them to your tracks, do you have to go in and do that yourself?
It will.
Or does it kind of put it together
It
for
can
you?
automate them to presets that you establish, or you can manually do it.
Cool.
But what's great about that is, it's in the software. So as I'm playing a song, so let's say I'm playing "Celebrate," Kool and the Gang, wedding state. So I can go in, I hit play. Now every time I play the song, I might play it a little faster or a little slower depending on how it's mixed. It's actually sending the signals to my lights based off of the speed that it's playing. So the
Off of
lights are
BPM.
actually popping
Nice.
to the real live BPM. It's not sound oriented, which if you've ever dealt with lights that are off of a mic, they might go, they might
There's a
not.
delay.
Yeah, and it's
There's
never
a delay and a
and it
responsiveness.
might catch a high
Yeah.
instead of a low, and it's so this is actually reading my waveforms like actual that I built. So like I've got one I customized Uptown Funk, right? It goes, I'm too hot, hot damn. Every time it says hot and hot damn, it's red. It's called the police and the hot. So like I coordinate the whole thing. So I've got like literally my light show. I've got a whole new light setup. I've got these both tube lights that are 100% pixel mappable on top of my up lights and everything
You
else.
always got the cool little shit.
Yeah, man.
You get the cool gear.
Dude, okay.
Leveled up,
so,
man.
So we have some foggers that shoot vertical columns. Of
I got
yeah,
geysers. Yep.
Yeah, the geyser stuff. That's
Yep.
So what? What you got? Where's
we
the, what you hiding
we
from
can't
us?
even use them downstairs. They're too big.
We
You
can set
need
off
to
a
set them up
geyser.
in here
Small
for as you walk into the podcast.
Yes!
You do like WWE entrances, like
God damn it! That we're just now talking about this. I'm pissed off a little bit. I don't give a fuck about the guests. I'm trying to walk through that shit every week.
Did we just go right to John Cena?
Yes,
right
we
there?
did.
Yeah.
Okay. Craziest thing ever. Okay, I am a huge. Are you familiar with Tuxedo, Meyer Hawthorne?
Yeah.
Okay. So the producer for so Meyer Hawthorne is an incredible current soul singer. Blue-eyed
the
soul.
heels and he did some song about heels.
I know. I just know the singer.
High heels out of my life. Oh yeah.
Yeah, is that-
So Meyer Hawthorne's like a crazy
Right.
dope soul singer. He's got a project called Tuxedo, which is him and Jake One. So Jake One's a dope hip hop producer, and this whole project is very funky, swanky. And I was doing homework, and he produced the John Cena, and I'm like,
Excellent, dude.
Is that album the first time you talked to? Is that out?
Tuxedo?
Yeah.
They just released their 4th album.
Yeah.
So it's a side project, but it's not a side project. I mean,
I
it's-
gotta look into that.
Yeah, they just released their 4th one, which was great. More of the same. But yeah, Tuxedo.
Because I've heard some of it and seen vines of it, or seen reels of it, and I think I have one of the albums in my Apple. But I gotta,
It's 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
need to
Tuxedo.
I need to catch up.
They're just great
behind.
funk. Like, as I'm doing a lot of events, a lot of corporate gigs, they're like cool and swanky and fun and funky. Like they're
That's
a
my
vibe
style.
that I just like, and it's not in your face. It's just like, all right, I'm cool. I'm laid back. I'm
yeah.
grooving. You know,
like all
just
that.
just
I
very
love
good.
a good. Me and Aaron love some nice funk.
Yeah.
Some nice beat.
And,
Just
and it's just chill. It's definitely 70s 80s influenced.
Yeah,
and-
we used to listen to some of that. Like the 70s, 80s yacht rock kind of.
oh yeah,
yeah, over at Central Standard Brewing tonight.
kind of
yeah.
beach soul.
I get into that yacht rock bag, man. That was.
Yeah.
I remember I opened for what was it? Was it a Fleetwood Mac cover? Yeah, I think it was a Fleetwood Mac cover that they had at Wave, and they're like, "Hey, can you open for them?" I'm like, "What do you want me to play?" They're like, "Yacht rock." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, let me get in that bag."
I got this fucking file I've been waiting to open.
Dude, you ever see that old man on TikTok that does like yacht rock covers of like 80s?
Oh, the black guy. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
that
yeah.
takes the songs. What if this was yacht rock? Oh,
yeah.
he's so
what
good.
if Van Halen was yacht rock?
Oh yeah. He had one. What was the other? I saw Yin Yang Twins. What if they were yacht rock?
Yeah.
I was like,
Just
woohoo.
the most crazy random shit you did.
And he does it so tasty.
Yeah,
He does it so well.
I mean, that yacht rock is smooth. I mean, it needs its appreciation.
It needs a radio station here in Wichita.
Yeah, right.
where I would.
You know
tune
what?
that
Well,
shit
they
out.
was jamming it at.
Man,
Find
it
out what
wrong.
Central Standard Brewing was jamming
It
tonight.
needs a monthly party. That's what it needs. It needs
Yes.
once a month, not
I
more
think
than
you
that.
are the man-
Don't overdo
you
it.
are the man to bring that to life.
Don't do it.
He's like, I already do so many.
I'm down. But
We're gonna need 3 of you.
I'm not.
Okay.
You
We're
need
gonna need
carbon
3 of you.
copies.
Yeah, there it
Carbon
is.
copies. I like.
Well, they
it.
already carbon copied you. If you guys didn't
I
see,
like it.
someone had a dope ass Halloween costume this year.
That's right. Oh my god.
You've made it when your town is winning the Halloween costumes based off you as the person. That's pretty.
That was the most flattering thing. So
That was so cute, man.
Like 5 or 10 years ago, between someone there and there, I had 2 people dress up as me. One was Paul, my homie. Shout out to Paul, and the other was Cyrus. I don't know if you know Cyrus, biker. Used to be the bartender
Yeah,
over
I know.
at Heroes and
Yep.
So he was me. So Paul dressed as me one night. This is Wednesday night dance party days, and obviously I got a signature look. I'm like, obviously you nailed it. And then Cyrus, I remember forget, he dressed as me at Joe's. This is when I was DJing at Joe's on Thursday nights. He won the costume contest, won $500, and he said, "In DJ Carbon fashion, I need $500 worth of Jaeger," and gave it to everyone in the spot.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You have been known for the Jaeger. You still on that Jaeger tip?
It's still my pregame. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't drink it, but like if I'm going into a show, I'm like, all right, I need my warm up. Give me that shot of Jaeger.
Yeah,
And
see, that's the Rumplemans. That's
I
just
can't do
keeps you going.
Jaeger.
I get it. Most people can.
I can do Jaeger.
Something about black licorice. I
can do Jaeger.
And I don't even like black licorice, but Jaeger just
Some
became a
about-
rite of passage.
But Jaeger
man.
with a little Red Bull's just not bad.
I don't even do the Red Bull. I'm still straight.
That's what we've done the last 2 times.
Yep.
It's just
But yeah,
straight-
but no, that costume though. Did you see the response?
Oh yeah. Jeez. Yeah.
So she, I think I've met her once or twice. So I do a lot of events for Eric Fisher Academy for they do
bet.
a fashion show and this and that. So she's like, oh well. So I didn't.
What's that events like? What do you do?
they're
What do you do?
So when I do those events, sometimes I'll do runway style. Sometimes I've done some of their awards
Work it,
events.
girl.
So very housey, but then some people are like, no, we want to get a little punk rock with it. So like each brand has their own vibe. So I'm like, all right, give me your baseline. And sometimes they give me a whole thing, and sometimes they're like, here's the one thing that we have. You run with it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll make it work. So there's a mixed bag of all those things, but yeah. So she knew me from that, and then like she's like, you're Eric Fisher. So I decided to be you, and so I didn't know this. I get a text message from one of the other guys, Wichitaco, sends me a message on IG. He's like, hey, with that. I'm like,
What the fuck?
and then over the next like 12 hours, I get flooded with this same picture. So people saw it, said, give me that, sent it to me. What's this? What? I'm like, what? So finally get the story that Eric Fisher had an event. They had a costume contest, and that she won the costume contest dressed as me. And I'm like, that's the most amazing thing ever. So then I said, I'm like, what do I do? So Sabrina as DJ Carbon won the contest. So
What are you playing?
What's going on over here?
The video.
that's a video from
What is
my
this from?
TikTok. My TikTok.
Oh,
So I said I'm
Gotta
gonna.
kill the audio.
you gotta
to
kill
that,
it.
though.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So I dressed up as her, dressed up as me. So I went to Spirit Halloween.
You pulled the
I,
Uno reverse card on her?
I went and
Excellent.
bought a fake mustache and a skull cap. So
Like she had.
I'm going to check out at Spirit Halloween. The guy
Did
looks.
you buy hair and a skull cap?
I just the guy looks down at what I'm checking out, looks up at me, looks. It's like,
What are you
the
doing?
fuck? Skull cap. So I got it, put together the whole thing, and then dressed as her, dressed as me, did a whole, made a video.
Did you make a board?
I did. I did. So you haven't seen the response?
No, I haven't seen your.
Oh my god!
I've seen
dude.
I thought you meant the response as far as how many people looked.
No,
at
no,
it.
no. And then my favorite thing was like literally after that I died laughing because the one. So you know how Facebook does the whole Meta AI thing,
Oh, yeah.
where
Yeah.
it gives you like the summary of all the comments. So this.
That is really annoying to me. I wish they would stop doing that. Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. Let me see this again. Oh, that's great. That is great.
So yeah. So
So you dressed up as the DJ Carbon costume.
yes, I did. I
Carbon
did.
copy.
I was like the carbon copy.
I feel like that should be at Party City next year. The DJ Carbon costume.
Well, what's
my
funny
God.
is last year I was on Memes of Wichita as the DJ Carbon costume.
Of
Someone
the
took
bag.
a picture of me.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
I remember that.
You know the spirit. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah, I remember that.
I was like, that was light. Like, oh, likes mashups and vinyl. I was like, yeah, it's accurate. Like I was,
Yeah,
they were doing it
totally.
as a diss to everyone. I was like, that's all you got? Like, it's kind of weak.
Well,
Got
that-
totally
that's
accurate shit that everybody
it-
respects.
Yeah,
you know, I
you
guess.
bring to that shit. We've been running around in this town forever. That ain't no we got thicker skin
I
than
was,
that.
I was expecting much worse. Come on now.
Yeah, we got thicker skin than
Up
that,
your game,
motherfuckers.
Up your game.
Yeah, Jesus. I mean, I love a little back and forth anyway. So bring it. We only been doing this for 40 minutes. That's what's fun.
okay, so
that's what's fun about these podcasts. Are you guys, has Wichita by EB ever thought about doing them at a spot, like all together?
I think because of the anonymity and everything
Yeah,
that
he's trying not to.
and it's just a review.
Controlled camera angle. Though.
Yeah. I think that's the intent. You know, even when I do events, like if I ever do something and I happen to catch Eddie on video or something like that,
Well,
I put up a little coverage thing. You know,
Yeah, we've done that for him. But I wanted to. My joke was going to be, well, because we had him on and we did the back of his head the whole entire time, and I wanted to be the very last minute. Just here's what he looks like.
I was waiting for some inappropriate comment about only recognizing someone from
No.
the back of their head.
No. Well, I mean,
But no,
Have we met
and-
before? Oh wait.
oh wait, well, Eddie,
Oh, bald spot. Yeah.
I picture you just.
But no, and on the dinner table thing, man, I don't think you guys are all very busy people. I mean, you guys have Annette Lawless on there very regularly.
Now who is
Some of
she? Now who is that lady? I don't know her that well.
Annette was on. She was the news lady for.
I'm trying to remember.
Right.
I want to say KSM, but I'm not
She
sure.
looks she looks really familiar, and I've watched shows with her, but I don't remember who she
and they
was.
like
She was
let
a
her go
very
for some
popular
stupid-
newscaster, and again, shame on me for not remembering which of the stations. I'm terrible about that.
Yeah, I
but
don't- like me either. I don't remember
so
that
she
shit.
was on one of the news
I want to say
stations.
KSN.
I think that was, but I could be mistaken. Anyways, and she was let go.
Kinda
Surprisingly,
under some dumb.
no one really knows, and
Pretense,
neither here.
nobody
I'm not
knows,
going to even speculate, but she was very beloved.
Yeah.
And still is, obviously, but everyone was just kind of shocked and like didn't make a lot of sense. So
Yeah.
I'm sure. Again, I don't want to speculate, but I'm sure there's non-compete things and this and that. So so hopefully she makes it back to that. But it lined up well that Eddie had kicked this off, and it's a place to be seen. And she's, God, Annette is.
She's
such
great.
an incredibly bright
Yeah.
ray of sunshine on any given day,
Yeah,
and
wonder
I'm just
why
like,
she-
Yeah.
yep, I'm here for this. Can I just I just want to put you in my pocket, just hang out,
She
please.
does a great on-camera.
Yeah, I was.
thing.
Hey,
you know?
not even just on camera. She's just
Well,
that.
yeah,
That's
I'm
her.
Sure, I'm sure.
That's her.
I'm sure.
We should have her on the show.
It can't be fake. you
No,
know?
yeah,
It can't be
it's
fake.
just genuine,
Yeah.
We should have her on.
It has to be.
multiple award winning.
We should have her on.
Yep, she's
Hey, I'm in. I mean, you know.
Think she should be interested? I mean, it's a bit of a it's a bit of a bourbon show.
it's a little uncouth. No,
Kind of cooler than we are. I don't know.
no, but the whole team has always been great, and it's what started off as just me messing around on social media and me talking smack. We started doing like little competitions where we did like a mini golf and a putt and like all these little things, and it's been a fun camaraderie to hang out with the guys and have a good time. So I mean, and it's also people to share the spirit of, hey, let's shine a light on Wichita, and
that's what we're here for.
it's just been a fun way to do that.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, what you do is you get a bunch of fun people on podcasts and talk some shit together, and it's a blast.
Speaking of, do we do a set time? Are we targeting
No.
2 hours, 4 hours?
An hour.
An hour,
We shoot for an hour, and then I try to not say offensive shit so they won't cut the show off.
But lately it hasn't worked. Yeah, lately we get into some weird tangent.
Okay, I was just curious. I was just like, is there any agenda? I
No,
mean,
there's no
I'm
agenda
having
for me.
fun. I'm good.
We
I'm
want
never-
to talk. We want to talk about what you got going on. We want to give you a chance to.
Yeah, we want to talk about this
promote yourself to
crossover.
our
What-
show, yeah.
I mean, I'm going to say it right now, and I've been saving this for dinner. I say, be damned, Mr. Wichita's sitting right in front of us right here. I know they want to put
There you go.
Fayola, who's not even in.
Fayola, he's a great guy. He's a great guy.
You're about to end.
He's a great guy. Yeah.
See, this is what happens.
This is what happened.
But I'll just say, I like the guy. Actually, I've met him. He's actually pretty cool dude.
He's awesome.
But Mr. Wichita looks like he's sitting in front of me right here. I feel like the guy who's put the work in for Mr. Wichita.
Thank you for the correction. Eddie just let me know she was on cake, not cake.
Cake.
Kissing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Eddie.
Hi, Eddie.
Nobody,
Thanks for watching.
nobody watches Cake.
You can also message us about a year.
Was it? Oh, there was she had that controversial firing. She was the one that let go.
That's what I was trying to allude
that's
to. I wasn't
right.
going to go in there.
Oh, I'll say it though. They fired her for no reason. She should still be there. That's right.
That was.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right.
Team Annette.
Yeah, I wonder what happened there. We're on
No,
their
no.
side.
Team Lawless. That sounds way better, huh?
Well, it sounds
Team
better than all the weird
Lawless.
shit that goes on at Power 93.5. I've been trying to get Carla on here forever to talk about all that crazy shit.
Oh boy.
I mean, I don't trust that.
Oh, God. Here
Let's
we go.
not. Let's not.
This
See,
is
but
about
you
where we
know.
can start getting canceled.
See,
This is
but
about
you
where she
know.
goes.
See, but you know.
Shout out to Zeb and Cadence and Carla. Hey, come
Yeah,
on.
Carla's awesome.
Yes.
And we also shout out to Alonzo Ross, a friend of ours, who is a comedian here in
Alonzo,
Wichita,
man.
who just got some. He's working for Power 93.5 doing what do you call it? Just a on-air personality.
Yeah, he's
On-air personality, right?
a hate.
Yeah. So
give,
shout out
give
to
her some of that
Alonzo.
113 proof. There.
Oh, and I want to shout out to what they got going on. Go make sure you guys check out the. It's coming up at Wave. It's the end of the Wichita's Funniest Person. So if you like stand-up comedy, get out and support that. I don't know what day it's on. I can't remember. But I know a few friends of ours from the show. That Chaz Dooling is still involved in that, I think, with the dude that wrote he wrote our names all over his back for Diaper Jam.
Oh, that dude was hilarious.
Yeah, that dude's a really good comedian. Actually,
Came out looking like Tiger King with a diaper.
Yeah, he came to Diaper Jam in a diaper.
great.
That was
with
after
the,
I left, I'm guessing.
with the Aaron and Austin show. Yeah, it wasn't long after you left though. He was there by like 2.
He
was
said
it?
Aaron Austin.
But you always kick the show off.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, DJ Carbon has always been grateful enough to come and kick off the Diaper Jam. I think you've done it. What?
This is
Like
2 or
7?
no.
Is it 18 years? He's been doing it for 18 years, people.
No, I always say I'm like, hey, I'm in, but if I got a gig, I got a gig.
Yeah.
So as long as
So
I don't,
early
or as
works.
long as I can do first thing, and then I can go set up for a wedding or whatever might happen. But man, my favorite part about that, I mean, this is revisiting, but we talked about it, and it's like, that Diaper Jam is definitely a band show, and yes. So Diaper Jam is a great time for a great cause, and if you're a fan of live music, now a lot of times, a lot of fans of live music are like, why do I need a freaking DJ in here? But I will say this, which I can understand. This is not to dispute that, but every time I play there, I got some old grizzled veterans of the live music scene that said, "God damn, that was some shit." You know,
Well, you teach him some things.
they're like, "Wait a minute!" Like at that one, they're like, "Wait, you did Beatles Come Together with Love Is a Battlefield, Pat Benatar, and they were perfectly in
They know
key,
what's happening.
and they heard it, and they're like, "Oh shit, we got to steal that."
Well, and you do a great thing that most people don't realize, that don't understand what DJs do these days. Like, you get the place involved with what we're doing.
For sure.
And they don't realize, they're not used to anybody other than a band being able to pull that off in their life. And then when they see their version of a DJ is probably some shitty weddings they've been to, or just music they don't like for the most part. Not the mixtures and stuff that you do that brings so much of crowd interaction into your sets. I mean, and you know how to fucking play the room. That's where your experience is just really second to none in this town. Like there's a lot of people that can do a lot of great things with music, but if you don't understand the fucking people you're playing to and know how to keep them involved, then you're just doing whatever. And you've been really great at that every chance I've got to see you play.
I appreciate that. No, reading the room is definitely an art. I mean, at this point, where I've done nightclubs and bars and everything else and all things in between, I do a lot more corporate and private events these days. But, like playing a corporate room is a different challenge. And a lot of DJs can't do it because it's difficult for a lot of people. DJs used to be in the background. Now DJs are in the forefront, and they're the rock star on the center of the stage. Get your hands up, all this stuff, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but I can do it when I need to. But also when I need to there's times I need to just sit back and just keep the energy up. Like I had an event just this past week. It was a holiday party for a company. I've done multiple events for them in the past. Since then, I had a few-year hiatus with it because they ended up going remote, so they no longer have an office. So as I'm doing the event, I'm like, all right, let's turn the party up. I knew they always had a younger demographic. They always like to get down. And after a little bit, I was just like, oh, I'm not going. And I'm like, okay, so I'm going to keep the energy up, but I'm not going to do the mic work. I'm not going to do some of the line dance, some of this other shtick, because they wanted to sit and visit with each other because they don't get the FaceTime that they used to. So I'm sitting there, and I had this conversation in advance, so I'm aware of what the room is, and I solved that. I'm like, okay, I'm going to let y'all sit and chill. I'm going to keep the energy up because I don't want to get sleepy, but then give you that time, and then when you start to drift apart from that, then we can go up to 11. Yeah. So, and reading the room, and it's just giving them the time to do it. Sometimes you want to push it. Sometimes you need to because people might leave. This wasn't a situation where it was that. It was like, okay, let me let you do that.
They were hanging out. They were going away from the stage.
Let me let you catch up.
Yeah.
Let me let you guys all catch up.
And I'm not going to put you to sleep. I'm not going to be like, oh, no one's interested in me, and I'm going to check out. No, I'm
get the ego
like,
about
okay.
it. Yeah.
Exactly. You play that yacht rock. That's that.
Well, you just
that groovy swanky.
Well, you do what I said, James, and you kill about knowing who you're playing to.
For sure. That's what I take a lot of pride in.
And honestly, you can have every trick under the sun, and if you can't figure that part out of it, what are you good to me? So we're hiring.
I love it. Like I always use the analogy. I'm like, every room is a freaking Rubik's cube, and as I go through the night, I'm like, that didn't work. Okay, this. Well,
you get to be similar to a stand-up comedian. Oh, that didn't work. What can I hit him with?
Yeah.
What's this? Can I hit him with
It's adjusting on the fly. I mean,
it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch you play and be good at that.
And that's what DJing is, in my opinion. A lot of people talk about DJing and what it is and what it isn't. A lot of people that DJ, they want to put on what they came to do.
And sometimes they have their set,
and I'm like,
and it's like, buddy, you don't have a set.
That's not DJing. That's performing. That's playing.
So if you're traveling as a DJ, you get to do that maybe a little bit more.
For sure, but I still don't consider it DJing. That's production.
I agree.
With your tracks or other people's.
I consider it live entertainment.
It's like you're a band.
I went and saw David Sedaris at Orpheum the other day. He's an author. Okay. He writes for the New Yorker, and he writes some different things.
I've heard the name, but
Dave Sedaris is a prolific author and writer. So anyway, he was telling us that he came out with this idea, but I don't think this is going to work on you guys after talking to you for a minute. I was like, I don't play the Midwest often, and I don't think this is going to be good. He's just kind of running through his
what notes. In the blue state's happening here?
Yeah. But you can tell like he'll lead with this thing. A couple like dirty limericks, and based on his reaction there, like I'll go this way or that way. Yeah, you can kind of see in his preparation how it works, and it's reading a room. It's live entertainment at its base form.
So I do a lot of weddings these days. Weddings, I love them.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, buddy.
But you know what? The satisfaction of giving a couple their day, there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I'm not gonna lie. All jokes aside, I know he makes good music, but like that's a pretty important day for a lot of people. And don't get married ever, but it is a really expensive,
jaded.
It really is an expensive, great day if you can make it special for them.
20 years ago, me hates me right now. Like you sold out, dude. And I'm like, I get it, but I take a lot of pride in being able to deliver that. But segue to when I tell people, I'm like, hey, do you have a particular vibe you want for cocktail hour? Some people want the cool swanky. Some people say, I want this, I want that. But a lot of people don't have an idea for cocktail hour. I'm like, okay.
Yacht rock.
No. Yacht rock. So I open up my bag, and I've got such a mixed bag play, because a lot of times cocktail hour I might not be able to live DJ because it might be in another room or something like that. So I have playlists that I use, and it goes 80s, 70s, Motown, disco, country, funk. So I get everything. So as that's playing, I'm reading I'm like, toe tapping over here. Okay, I got the head nod for this one.
Okay,
when I play this later, she's going to go.
Okay, they went out they went out for cigarettes. Fuck, they ate.
Yeah, this chick'll dance to anything.
Yeah, you read. So it's like the pre.
It's a nice filling out part.
I'm like,
it's something a professional like you, if you're taking notes,
you use it as a tool instead of just filler for no reason.
This guy's giving you gold right now. This is one of the most professional DJs, not just in our city. Easily
rewind it. Take your
notes.
Listen
to what he's saying. Listen.
Pause it. Go grab it. Go grab a tablet. Go grab a tablet.
You really should. I mean, to be that smart, to have playlists of multiple music so you can see your crowd is a beautiful, smart thing.
And you can adjust them on the fly, but that way you have that bass line, and you're like, okay, Grandpa's singing along to the Tom Petty, and she's singing along to the Pitch Perfect.
Is you got to get the all white ladies dancing.
Yeah, if you get all white ladies dancing, man,
get the old white ladies dancing.
You good?
You won the room. You won the room. That's what he said.
In stream.
No. I got a couple good questions for you.
All right.
So, what is the most? Because I know you get these, you get booked.
Yeah.
And some of them got some ideas of what they want. Have you ever? What's like come in with like, here's the most annoying what I want you to play. What is that? Like, is someone just like
or most annoying gig?
Or like, what is like someone like requested you to play as far as music that you're like, really? That's what you want out of me tonight?
Man.
Like, has anybody come in with just like, we only want songs from the doo-wop version of?
I mean, I'll not. So, firstly, most of the people I get booked with, they're like, "No, we've heard you do your thing. We want
like
that." So that's why I get hired. So they don't like when people book me, and I'm like, "You can do as much or as little as you want. If you just want me to do it, that's fine. If you want to give me 2 songs, say here's my bass line, do the rest, that's fine."
So that's really kind of what I'm asking. How much is that? How much is you just going to do whatever the fuck you want?
Customer
specific. How much are they putting you on like playlists?
Customer specific. I'd say 90% of the time people say do you. They might have a flavor or a vibe that they want me to go along with. Case in point, so talking not outside of my wheelhouse, but outside of what I normally play, I do an event, Fashion Passion. It's a fundraiser for rainbows, and it's rainbows is
the bread.
No, the actual rainbows. They need money too, man.
Sorry.
Those rainbows are homeless. They are wandering around our country, just presenting themselves in random skies and fields. So they need money.
So you're making jokes too? Okay, perfect.
So rainbows is for the education, children, specifically special needs, whole variety from autism to learning disability. Yeah, you're assholes. You're assholes. So they've been around for, gosh, I couldn't even tell you how long time, but they're an amazing organization. So one of their key fundraisers that they do every year is called Fashion Passion. So Fashion Passion, they do all kinds of live auctions, silent auction. It's a big to-do. Everyone dresses up to the nines, looks amazing. And then they do a fashion runway show with a lot of the stores that are out in Bradley Fair. I can't even think of them. I'm drawing a blank at the moment.
We wear T-shirts. All of us wear T-shirts. We don't know those stars.
But there's it's a great night for a great cause. So it's always historically been in November, and then this past year they flipped it up due to competition and the time and some other things. So they moved it to April. So when they moved it to April, they're like, "Oh, we want to do something refreshing and summery and vibey." And so they hit me up and they're like, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "Well, I'm thinking this, I'm thinking that." And then they come back and they're like, here's the song. They saw one runway show with a specific song that was customly produced and curated for this high-end fashion show. I'm like, okay, that I can't get that, because basically what it was like house meets like a little bit of swanky surf rock. I'm like, but I can give you surf rock all day. Right. So I literally got to play like an hour-long surf rock.
Would you just jam Johnny Gamero into the?
Some Dick Dale.
He would have been yes. Ventures, like a lot of that stuff, but a lot of stuff that people didn't know too. And I own this on 45s. Like I own this music, but when am I ever touching that? Like no, but it's some of my home listening stuff. So the ability to do, I'm like, you want that? Oh,
let's go.
I mean, one of my favorite. another story of just a random, unique niche.
Yeah, give it to
okay,
us. Yeah, give it to
so I'm born and raised New Yorker. I used to be a big fan. There was a big ska movement in New York, right?
Yeah.
I really was into ska.
Moonska.
I was into ska, dude. I'm telling you, for some reason, you put a little horns in my music, I get a little bit of a boner about
I'm
it.
here for it. I didn't know. So I moved here. I thought Moonska Records was a local label. I did not know that Moonska was
everywhere.
the pinnacle of ska across the globe.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Moonska was the top label.
I thought they were a local
At the
label.
time,
No,
they
I
were.
agreed. So what's funny is
That's some temperature, sir.
my dad's cousin, which I did not. So, oh man, another story time with Carbon.
we got- dude,
and
tell us.
Moonska. I love
Yeah.
Moonska.
Yeah.
We got
So
plenty
I go
of
out. I go out one night. I go to a local. It was this East Northport Town Fair, which is like a town over from me. And on Long Island, all the towns like right against each other. So it's
I
not
love
that
when you
far.
get into I love when he goes.
Did
back
the
home.
accent switch up?
It comes
Does it
over.
happen?
I love it.
So we go to East Northport. Me and my buddy. My buddy. We take his van out there. We go to the show, and it's the Scofflaws, who's
Yeah.
a big band on Moonska Records.
Like one of my favorite ska bands ever.
Good
Is
one.
it-
They're
no
a good
shit-
one.
okay.
I've heard of them.
So Bumblebee Tune is their anthem, and yes. Anyways, but so I go to see them. I buy the CD, the latest CD that they had. I get home, I throw it on the island in the kitchen at the house. Go up. I'm at my parents' house. I was 16, so I get up the next day. He's like, "What's this?" I'm like, "Oh, it's a CD the band I went and saw." He's like, "No, who's this?" I was like, "That's Mike Drance. That's Mike Drance." He's like, "Yeah, but do you know who that is?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's Mike Drance. It's the singer of this band I went and saw last night." He's like, "Do you know who that is?"
It's your fucking uncle or something.
It's his cousin.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
my dad's cousin, Mikey.
I remember you telling me something.
You remember Grandma talking about crazy cousin Mikey? I was like,
This crazy
oh
cousin
shit.
Yeah. No shit. I remember this now.
So I went
remember
back.
You telling me this.
So anyway,
Did you
so
go meet him? Did you go meet him?
no. So funny enough, we left New York right after that. So
really?
moved here. I go back to New York. So he had left that band, and he was another band called the Blue Beats. I go back to New York. I'm DJing a buddy of mine's growing up's wedding. I go up, and he's like, yeah, I need you to DJ half. I'm like, what's the other? He's like, I got the Blue Beats. I'm like, is Mike Drance still in the Blue Beats? He's like, yeah. So he shows up, my
So at a
dad's
ra-
cousin, at a random wedding.
You're both working.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what's
the,
crazy.
Yes,
You're
sa-
both
the
working,
same
the
gig
motherfucker.
you guys had.
So I come up to him during like one of his intermissions. I'm like, hey, I got two things. One, you don't hear a lot. The other, you get a lot. One, great sound. You guys are killing it. It sounds amazing. Well, dude, thank you so much. Two, we're related. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm John Babetsky's kid. He's like, I heard someone say Babetsky earlier, and I'm like, there's no freaking way. So-
Yeah.
That's cool,
crazy.
man. What
So-
it come about?
So, but that being said, I was a big fan of ska music, and one night me and Alex Thomas get to talking.
Yeah.
So
the lead singer from my band, Phil.
Yes.
Phil,
Back
yeah.
in the day.
Oh, and Alex Thomas always
Yeah.
a show favorite's been on. Runs the what? He runs Cotillion, Lucky's, and
Lava Tonic.
shit, a little bit everywhere.
Wave too,
Wave, yeah,
stuff.
fuck yeah.
And
we love you, Alex. Just got married. Just got married.
I
as
did the
well.
wedding.
You did the
I
wedding.
did the wedding. It
Oh,
was
who would have
gorgeous.
guessed that? Who would
It
have
was
guessed?
gorgeous. And lead singer
Yeah,
for Monterey Jack.
Monterey
Great
Jack,
band.
yeah.
If you haven't caught them, they're amazing.
yeah, great band.
Yeah. So, anyways, we were talking one night, and he had booked the Toasters,
Yeah.
and so Toasters is like a second wave ska band.
They're badass.
And
They're badass.
He's like, at this era, at this point in time, who do you get to open for them in Wichita? Like, there wasn't.
Ooh.
Well, at that time there was Lively Up.
Waze,
He didn't know
Waze
that.
Oblique, maybe.
He didn't know that.
Waze Oblique could open for them.
Probably. Yeah.
Well, based on conversations, I got asked to open, so I was stoked.
Oh,
but
that's awesome.
I got to pull out records. I actually brought out some 45s.
You went
and
old
stuff.
school. You went
yes.
real.
Yeah.
I did some digital.
Well, you
but
knew when
There's
it's
some
time.
like Trojan records, so some old school. Like,
Yes, and
Yeah.
the guys in the band are like,
Wow,
"What's
what
that?"
you
Like,
got
like
there?
they were like, "Dude, he is cooking," and I was like, I was so proud because these guys like they know, and they're like, he's aware, and I'm playing like old reggae covers of "Ring My Bell" by Anita. You know, like they're like,
yeah.
"What?"
So you're really pulling
What
out
is-
all the stops.
Yeah, and they're just like, "Dude, he." And it was the biggest compliment for them to be like, and
Well,
I know they're a legendary band.
And Bucket is just salt of the earth people, man.
And I will tell you,
but Bucket's a good dude.
and I will
He's been
tell you
doing this
every
a long
time that DJ Carbon gets that opportunity, what I love about him, he's always prepared for it and he fucking kills it.
Yeah.
He gets opportunities at Riverfest to open for good people and run our DJ booths and run shit that goes on. That's what I love about you, brother. You're always prepared and ready for the opportunities and you fucking kill it.
I appreciate that.
I'm giving you your flowers, brother. You're my favorite DJ in town. You always will be by miles. Tell Justin to calm down over there. Both the Justins.
No, but I think what served me well the most, like, I mean, at Riverfest, it's a couple things. People are like, why are you successful? A, be prepared for anything. B, be willing to go the extra mile. But like Riverfest, I remember one time I wasn't even playing. I got done, and they had the house music on. So front of the house had a playlist off of their iPod going. They were playing explicit versions. I didn't even blink. I went in, ran, and grabbed my laptop, came out, hit play on a playlist, took it out of his, plugged it into mine. I'm like, I'm sorry, you were playing
you got to know what you're doing here. This is a kid.
And they're like, thank you, but by going the extra mile and being consistent and always never flaking out, never being a diva, like those things. Why do I get called back?
They add up, man.
They do,
and that's
As
why.
a
And that's why he
reputation we
gets
have.
paid the money he deserves to these days because those reasons. He does the diva part,
Put in the
showing
work
up
on
on
the right
time,
places.
being professional. That shit goes a long fucking way, man.
Nah, man. And you know what? Like, as much as I appreciate you, like, you're my favorite. I've said it a lot. I've always been a humble person. Humility has served me well. Ego is the killer of talent. I hate it.
Well, that's why I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you.
No, I appreciate
because it's more. It feels better. It sucks to like.
I've learned to accept it now. I used to not be able to accept it. Now I can accept it, but I'm still like,
It still sucks,
I will humbly be like,
I'm the same
thank
way.
you. I appreciate that. I don't know how to quite accept it, but you know what?
I'll just tell you put the work in.
That served me well. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need that to be my success story. I appreciate it, and I'm always so thankful for anyone that considers me that. And I'm just going to keep on doing what I do.
And keep doing the Prince show every year.
I haven't done that for a couple of years.
Where are we at with that? Is that coming back? Let's do it here.
I got to talk to Ann.
We need to do a
Let's do it here. Let's do it here. We'll show you this venue after this.
Did I ever tell you? So
Where we at? Where we at time wise?
1 hour.
Shit.
So
See,
the
we got plenty of
the
time.
first Prince show.
Yeah. I went. I've been to a couple. At least three
No.
of
This
these.
wasn't a public one.
Okay.
So Prince passed away. I was distraught. Like, I was not in a good place.
Can I say one thing? Can I ask one thing between everybody, all musicians in here, real quick before? Which death hurt you more, Michael or Prince's?
Prince.
Michael's hurt me more.
Prince.
Really, Michael's hurt me more for some reason.
Not a musician.
You just maybe
I know right where I was when Prince died.
Which hurt you more, Michael or Quincy? I know which one hurt you more, but I'm just saying, like, Quincy.
Yeah, Quincy Jones is a big one too, man. That one didn't hurt. I mean,
Quincy was a big
but
one,
when,
man.
when Michael died, man, I was really distraught. I was sad when that dude killed him.
Yeah, but he might have molested children.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Get the fuck out of
Macaulay Culkin. If he didn't fuck Macaulay Culkin, maybe the best looking kid of all time, then he didn't fuck nobody.
So your argument is, if you didn't fuck that